LA Clippers, LA Clippers. Okay, I'm gonna try to not allow my. This is probably the only area where I may have some Warriors bias, and it's not even a Warriors bias necessarily, so much as I really dislike a lot of the players on the Clippers. And it's amazing because I always think that that's overstated, but having played a ton of basketball, I know when people are not playing on the up and up. And I'll tell you right now, as much as I respect Chris Paul, he is the dirtiest and the most obnoxiously dirty player in the league. It's not a physical thing. He plays tons of games with the refs, with other players, and it's not in a cool way. You know, it's like, how can I put this? John Stockton was the dirtiest player, but John Stockton would probably comp to being a dirty player. Chris Paul would probably scream in your face if you called him a dirty player, and he is a dirty player, and I hope he never screams in my face. And I really think that Blake Griffin takes a lot of his lead from Chris Paul, and they're just awful together. I remember last year they did some things in the Warriors series that is, I can't believe anyone would want to play that way. This is put it that way. But hey, I can't deny it. They're straight riders. They are super talented. They have everything. They have DeAndre Jordan at center. He is more than serviceable at center defensively. They have Chris Paul, who I'm not going to argue if someone says he's the best. I'd say it's between him and Steph, who's the best point guard. I prefer Steph. Let's see here. Who else? They have JJ Redick at 2. Perfect 2. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything. He gets his offense in the flow of the game, and he's actually turned into quite a defender, although he's very limited. But with DeAndre Jordan behind him, and with who did they play at 3 last year? Where am I now? Oh, Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes is a terrific defender. They have Jamal Crawford on the bench. They have, he's amazing. He's the best safety valve in the league. They have Jordan Farmar, who was injured a lot last year, but he is going to be he is one of the best backup point guards. I mean, Jordan Farmar as your starting point guard, I think you have a chance. Jordan Farmar as your backup point guard, geez, you're doing real well. Then they got Hito on the bench who can handle the ball. They picked up Ebi Udoh, who is a terrific defensive player, although he brings up bad memories of the Warriors missing out on Boogie Cousins. They have Reggie Bullock, who could turn into who's an amazing shooter, who was injured a lot last year or didn't play a lot. I don't know what the deal was, but he can really stroke the ball. 6'7", shooting guard. All he has to do is stand down at the three-point line. But he's also pretty athletic, and he can play defense because of his long arms. I know everyone, and maybe I'm just saying this because I was so upset at seeing some sorry-ass writer who doesn't know a goddamn thing about basketball sit there and call Jared Cunningham a scrub. Now, if anyone has ever seen Jared Cunningham play basketball, they know he's not a scrub. He is an amazing defensive perimeter player. He 7th all-time in the Pac-12 in steals, despite only playing 3 seasons and not even starting his freshman season. He averaged 2.7 steals. His junior year, he was all Pac-12. He was a first-round draft pick, and the reason why he's on the Clippers is because everyone knows how talented he is, despite having been bouncing around. So that's that comment. Just really, no one knows what I'm talking about, but I do. Just trust me. Jared Cunningham is a very good basketball player. Maybe not quite an NBA player, but he is worlds better than anyone writing on a website. That's for damn sure. And I'm sure we get a lot more laughs if we watch them playing basketball than one single play from Jared Cunningham calling him a scrub. Let's see here. They picked up Spencer Hawes. I'm really interested to see what Doc Rivers does with Spencer Hawes, because Spencer Hawes is extremely talented. I don't know where his head is all the time, and I don't know how he'll fit in with the rest of that squad. He's sort of a strange bird. And the other thing about the Clippers is that attitude I was talking about, Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. It's one of whatever, we'll cheat, we'll do whatever it takes to win, but there's a brittleness behind it. You know, when things don't go right, body language sucks. And when your two best players start to display the body language that Chris Paul and Blake Griffin does, it really does funnel down to the rest of the team. And it showed up a lot last year, in my opinion, but maybe I'm the only one. Anyway, but of course, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, not so much Blake Griffin, I don't think, but Chris Paul, having DeAndre Jordan, all the skill players, I just think that they are as talented as anyone in the league. So we'll see. They definitely have a shot at the championship, even if I don't like them.